Good morning, Vima team. Chris Jones here, Holly Springs, North Carolina, guys. I've got about 30 minutes before I head out to a roadmap strategy session. I wanted to do a quick blog, guys, really quick on really how to effectively invite people to hear more about your product or your opportunity. Reading the book GoPro by Eric Worre, guys. I've told you 3, 4, 5 times, must get Amazon.com. I have read it. This is my third time reading it, guys. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm red highlighter, man, red ink. I've written all through it, guys, and so look, this is like the scripture for me. This is the word, guys. This is the word on how to be successful, and so I wanted to come to you really quickly on how to effectively invite people to hear more about the product. I think that's where we struggle is not necessarily how to find prospects. I think everybody comes in the business, they've got a list full of people to talk to, and they run out there all excited, all passionate, and they verbally vomit all over their people. They just facts, and shit, man. Facts has very little to do with it. And it sounds more like you're pitching people versus being a consultant, being somebody that you care about them, you're connecting with them, and then you're just inviting them to hear more about a product or an opportunity, and allows you to educate them on what's out there. And so I think that's a huge thing there. When you flip over from pitching to educating to, guys, have great results. So what I want to do is I want to talk about this book, and it talked about there's 2 ways that you are going to get your prospect to hear more about your opportunity or your product. Okay, and so what he said was, what Eric Worre said was, you either will let them review a tool, which would be like a video, a brochure, your website, and we use a free sample as a tool, right? So we're gonna let them review the tool, which is a product, and then the other way to let people hear about it is we're gonna have them invite them to an event. And what he talked about, guys, is that when he started leveraging the tool first and then inviting to an event, his results went crazy. And so here's what he did, is he realized that a couple things. One is it lets you know if somebody's serious. If you send them a video to watch and you follow up with them and they hadn't watched it yet, then you know what you got there, right? You know what you got. But if you don't have somebody do that, then you can't really figure out where somebody is or why they're not doing it, or is it you? Is it something you said? What happened? So, be able to use this, and then from the review the tool, then you're going to invite them to an event. And an event can be either a 3-way call with your upline, it can be a home event, or it can be a monthly event. But they definitely want to go from one exposure. You're reviewing a tool as an exposure, and then you're going to go to the next event, the next exposure, which would be either hearing about it at a home event, a one-on-one with you, where you're going to talk to them a little bit more about the business, right? So I thought one of the things as I read through this, one of the things I didn't think that I did very well duplicating in my organization was reviewing a video. And I think it's because we had like 50 videos that were out there. When I first started in the business, we had Reinvent Your Life and we had Getting Paid. And all I did was I told people I was going to send them a link. I wanted them to review it. When could they have it done? They'd say, I could have it done by tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll call you tomorrow afternoon. I'd call tomorrow afternoon. They say, I'm interested. I want to hear more. I'd get them on the phone with my upline. My upline would tell his story. And then they would say, dude, I'm in. What's the next step? And I would sell a gold pack. I sold 7 gold packs my first 30 days. $7,000. So there's $1,000 each. 7 gold. And all I did was I duplicated that. The problem is that I didn't go from that step. I just moved on to the next builder pack. From there, I didn't do the same thing. I didn't go get them to do a roadmap, and I didn't get them to do 2 events. It didn't really, all I thought about was moving on to the next transaction. And this is more of a relational business. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you. I'm going to role play a little bit with you really quick, guys. I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. So let's say I'm calling on my list, my huge ever-growing list, and I'm going to call on somebody that I went to college with that I hadn't seen in a couple years, okay? I'm just role-playing with you. So, let's just say the guy's name is Derek. So I'd say, hey, Derek, man, it's Chris Jones. How's it going? Good. Well, listen, man, I know we hadn't talked in a while, but I know when we used to hang out all the time in college, And we all remember how we used to always dream about owning our own business, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the pleasure or pain. So people do things for one or two reasons, either to gain pleasure or to prevent pain, right? So remember we used to talk about how we wanted to own our own business? Remember how you said you always wanted to fire your boss? Remember how you said that you freaking hated what you were doing? Do you remember how you said you wanted to find a way to create a little sideline cash flow? Were you serious when if you were, do you still think about those types of things? And if he says yes, that's when you go with this. Well, dude, I know this is kind of awkward because we haven't talked in, a couple years. But I have locked arms with some guys back in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we are distributing a healthy alternative to Rockstar, Monster, Starbucks, Red Bull, and these guys are meeting with a ton of success. I want to bring it here into Raleigh, or I want to bring it here into Wilmington, or I want to bring it here into Indianapolis, and I'm looking for a few key people that are looking to create a little sideline cash flow. Let me ask you this. If I were to go out to my car, or let's say, remember, I'm on the phone with this guy. So I say, if I were to drive by your house or your work, and I were to drop off 2 cold Verves and send you 2 videos, would you do me a favor? If I were to do that, would you review the videos and drink the product? You would? All right, good. So when do you think, if I get the product to you tonight, when do you think you can watch those videos? Well, dude, I can watch them, tonight. All right, so if I call you, say you're done by 10 o'clock, I'll call you at 11, and I'll follow up and see what your thoughts are. Sound good? All right, so that's how you're going to do it. You are going to get them to review a tool, and so I have put on Facebook in our group the two videos. One is the Alex Morton invite. That's less than 3 minutes. That's more about the opportunity, kind of about the product. And then 2 is BK Braco. That's a 3-minute video on a little bit of how we get paid. And I think that kind of mimics how I did the business. I'm going to get them to review those. So now let's just role play with somebody that you don't know, because everybody says, well, what if you don't have a warm market? So I want to address that. So let's just say, you go into a bar, you're sitting there, it's you and your buddy are watching the hockey game, and you're eating, and this bartender comes by, dude, and y'all have like a bromance. Like, y'all hit it off, dude. You both like the same hockey team. You're talking about, the girls down at the end of the bar. You're making jokes, dude. You're high-fiving, fist-bumping, and you just hit it off with this guy. And so you don't want to pitch this guy. You want to connect with him. And so what you say is, dude, what do you do besides bartend? The guy says, man, I went to college. I couldn't find a degree. I worked in pharmaceutical sales for a while, and they downsized me. I love sales, but I just haven't been able to find anything. And say, oh, cool, man, cool. So where's your network? Is your network here? Like, your boys. Where are all your boys at? Well, I got some here and some back in Michigan. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you keep your options open? I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but do you keep your options open for income? Ways to make money? And the guy says, of course I do. I say, well, I know this is a little awkward because we just met. But I distribute a healthy alternative to Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar. It's called Verve. And don't assume he's heard about it. Oh, you've already heard about it? Or I hardly get that. So I don't ever talk about it. So I say, let me ask you this. If I go out I'm going to go out to the car, I'm going to get you 2 Verves because I always carry product with me. Dude, I want you to try it, and then I'm going to send you, I'm going to email you, I'm going to get your email address, I'm going to email you 2 videos. They're about 6 minutes long total. If I were to do that, would you do me a favor? Would you check those videos out? If I were to do that, so it's the would you? If I were to send those to you, would you watch them? And if the guy says yes, then you schedule a follow-up. So when could you have those done? Let me get your number and your email, and I'll call you at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Okay? All right, dude, bump, bam, here's your drinks. Dude, that shit's really good. And what'll happen, dude, is he'll come back. You're still eating your salad. He'll like, dude, I got 3 guys in the kitchen that would do this right now. I want to hear more. And you say, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I want you to review the videos, and then from there, we'll figure out a game plan on how to do this properly. So once you've used the tool of the product or the videos, then you're going to invite them to an event. And the event is either a one-on-one meeting, it is a 3-way call with me or Derek or Justin. And then what we're going to tell is simply our story, a little bit of our background, what we hated about where we were at in life, why we chose to do Verve, how it changed that, and where we see our future. And then they go, dude, sounds good, I'm ready to get started. And from there, then you duplicate the process. So, you know, I put down, when I was talking to this guy in Canada, and this is what I told him. I said, look, when you're talking to somebody, I said, dude, I know we hung out in college. You always talked about their pleasure or pain. You always talked about how you hated your boss, and that you wanted to be your own boss, and you wanted to be anticipated, and you wanted to be able to have some huge upside, and you wanted to be able to create your own schedule. Dude, I have found that. I am confident I have found that. Now, I don't know if this is for you or not, but if I were to let you look over 2 videos, if I were to send those to you, would you look them over, right? One of the things that I wrote down here, I says, dude, I know this seems a little awkward since we last hung out in college, dude, but I'm looking to lock arms with a couple key people, okay? And, dude, I think you would absolutely kill this business. And then I give him a compliment. I'm like, dude, I think you'd kill it because you're very popular. You have a huge network. You know sales. You're a bartender, so you see people all the time. You drink energy drinks. You play competitive baseball, so it means you know other guys other places. So you tie it all into a pretty little package, and then you say, I don't know if it's for you, but I'd like you to review the tool. So I'd like you to look over the videos, and then I'd like to get back. So really quickly, when you circle back with them after they've watched the video, so this is quick and then I'll end here. When you circle back with them, I don't say, well, what'd you think? That leaves it too open-ended. What I say is, what did you like most about the videos? Well, I love the product, dude. I think the product's I love the way it tastes. When I found out that it was, it was good for you, I really like the product. So your next exposure needs to be more about the product and the testimonies and all that. If he says, dude, I love the financial freedom, then your next exposure should be that you're going to follow up with more opportunity about how we get started building a business, teamwork environment, okay? But you always set up an exposure with another exposure. So you book a meeting from a meeting, an exposure to a next exposure, okay? And then just get us on the phone, guys. I can't tell how important that is to leverage your upline. So I'll talk more about this, guys, but check out those 2 videos, Alex Morton, BK Parayko. Guys, it's how you invite people. It's not pitching people. It's talking to people and say, look, man, if you're going through your list and it's your nephew and you say, dude, I know that you're working at Walmart and you said that you hated it. Do you feel like you still feel that way? You said that you would love to find another way. Are you serious? If you are, dude, I think I found a way. I've locked arms with some guys. I'm bringing in a healthy energy drink. It's an amazing market, huge upside. And guys that are our age, me and your age, dude, they're killing it. They're absolutely killing it. So if I were to send you 2 videos, would you watch it? And if so, when would you watch it? When can I follow up with you? And then from that, you book an exposure from an exposure. 13-minute video, guys. I apologize. I'm fired up. I think this book right here will change your life. Talk to you soon. Bye.